Hi. What's my hair doing? Nothing good. Okay. So I wanted to talk about, my head's getting cold. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put my hat on. Yep, hat. Okay. Sorry, everyone. So there's been a lot going on. Ooh, that's nicer. There's been a lot going on, and I apologize for not doing these videos. It's been slipping my mind because there's just been so much going on. And one would hope that I would remember to do these because that's when it's important to. But I'm not going to beat myself up for it. Nope. That's not a useful thought. Okay, so things have been changing. There's like a shift going on inside of me, which is exciting, but also scary. I don't even know where to begin with it. Well, one thing is my business is starting to pick up a little. I don't want to jinx myself, but I've hired a new writer, and I've assigned all my clients, and well, with the exception of some of them that I have to do I get to do personally. Like, honestly, I get to do personally. I just wish I had more time to work on them. Relax, release. Relax, release. Got it. So, all right, like, where do I even start? So, one thing that I have started taking notice of is that people, I don't even want to say it. It's weird. I don't even want to say it. Oh, you know what? No. We're not going to say it. We're going to talk about something else. So one of the things that's kind of, honestly, I can't believe that I haven't done any of these videos because of all the things going on in the world. But I kind of understand it because I have been staying away from it. And that's not a usual thing for me. I've always been, not always, but my adult life, I've always been someone who wants to stay informed of world events and keep on top of everything that's going on. And I do believe that that's very important. And I think it's also very important not to freak yourself out about it. A few years ago, actually, I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was the impeachment. Trump's impeachment. I was driving for Uber and sorry, someone drove by with I don't know what happens when your car puts out grossness, but there was some like poison nastiness that just went into my body. Yuck. So yeah, people poisoning other people, not my favorite. But happens all the time. All day long. But yeah, very distractible right now. Not on edge, but there is obviously some tension going on because I keep on like, But, so I feel like I want to start over, but, the point is, with all the things going on in the world, around the time of the impeachment, I drove for Uber and Lyft for a very long time, many times, and I would listen to the news the whole time because that's what I wanted to listen to. I mean, sometimes I would listen to like educational stuff, but I mean, as far as like, like ancient civilizations and stuff, but for the most part, I listened to NPR, which everybody's like, oh, that's for lefties. And you know what? It's not. I'm just going to tell you why public radio and public broadcasting are on the left. Okay? This is the secret. They know what they're talking about. They have experts. They interview experts in the field who've spent decades studying what they study. They have reporters that stay on one beat their entire career, so they know what happened in the 70s because they were there with let's say like there was the White House reporter, and they've been the White House reporter since the 70s. They know what they're talking about. And so that's number one, they know what they're talking about. And number two, they have a heart. That's why public radio is left, because it left on the side of like political left, okay? That's why. Because they have a heart and they know what they're talking about. That's just, I mean, to me, that should be center. Like, that should be basic to all humans, right? But that's my political rant for the day. Anyway, I was listening to the impeachment. Well, a couple of times before, I get so anxious. I mean, we all do, right? When we listen to this shit. All right, lady, you're gonna have to stop. So I get so anxious about what's going on in the world when I listen to the news, and I get so angry, right? So angry about it. There's someone behind me. And I go around the whole day, you know, the whole week, the whole month, the whole year, getting pissed off and staying pissed off because of stupid shit. Well, not stupid shit, I mean important shit, but stuff in the news that I can't really affect. I mean, I vote, I write my legislators, and I mean, I want to be more involved, but the fact of the matter is, no, it's not true, I'm not going to say that. I wasn't able to support myself, and I needed to be in a position, I needed to focus on getting myself out of where it was, and I was focused on it, I just wasn't able to do it. But now I am. So when I finally get myself on my feet, which will be very soon, I can become more involved. Point being, I'd be sitting in my car listening to this stuff and getting so angry and so frustrated and just like, why are these people doing this? And you know what, I'm gonna go, I mean, I am, I'm not even gonna say I'm a Democrat, because I'm not. I'm just on the left, and the Democrats happen to be on the left. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like the Democrats are pretty incompetent, because if they weren't, we would have gotten a lot more done whenever we've been in power. Although, you know, to be fair, the last time we had a large majority, we were trying to compromise with the right. We're trying to actually do the things politicians are supposed to do, which is be like, hey, this is what I want. What is it you want? Let's come to an agreement that maybe we're not all happy with, but we can all get something. And then the Senate, then it went the other way, and their thing was like, no. Their thing was saying no to this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We just wanted to say no. We want power, and we're not gonna give it up because you elected. Let's be frank. You know, like, they're prejudiced and stuff, and you know, we elected someone that they didn't like, so they insisted on saying no. And I mean, I'm not making this up. The legislators would actually say this, like, my proudest thing, you know, like Mitch O'Connell's thing is like, my proudest moment was blocking the nomination to the Supreme Court, even though it was like a half a year, like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like 190 days or something like that. And then like, I just know, okay. All right, we're going to calm down. Okay. I was getting frustrated with the news. The impeachment was happening and it was driving me insane. Like, just the level of ignorance and willful ignorance and willful... I mean, these people aren't stupid. They're not stupid. You know, they're smart. They know what they're doing. They're just working against the best interest of the entire country, and half the country's like, yeah, like, come on, really? But, you know, they know what they're doing. They are smart. Can't say that I'm happy that they're smart, but they're smart. Well, anyway, some of them are. And then they got taken over by a bunch of... Anyway. Okay. So the point being that I was very upset all the time, like feeling sick to my stomach. My life was like, I was sick. And it had happened a few times before that I felt ill about the news. So I would stop, I would take a detox and I wouldn't listen to the news for like 2 weeks. But this time I was just like, I can't go back. Like after the impeachment, I was just like, this is impossible. I cannot live this way. I have to not listen to this anymore. I'll keep informed by headlines, but I can't. Right now, if I want my life to be better, if I want to be able to get out of the situation I'm in, I can't be feeling like this all the time. So I stopped listening to the news, which I did feel guilty about. But you know what happened? My life improved exponentially. I mean, I didn't feel angry all the time and upset and like terrified and frustrated. I mean, just the levels were incredible. So I stopped listening. And, I kept informed, looking at headlines and stuff. And anytime someone would say something to me, I'll be like, oh, what's going on? But, and that used to upset me when people would do that, because it's like, stay informed. But, anyway, point being, God, I'm just like going all over the place. Here's the point. It feels like there's just so much shit in the world right now, right? There's so much hatred, so much scarcity, so much fear and anger. And it just seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse, right? Like, we're going to destroy ourselves. I mean, I thought it was going to be through I thought it was going to be through climate change. But hey, it might be through World War III. It might even be before that, right? But I don't know, because I frankly... Aw, cute dog. Frankly, I'm not keeping in touch with it as much, to be honest, because I know I would be freaking out, and it would not serve me right now to do that. And it honestly wouldn't serve the world, because I wouldn't be able to move the way I'm moving. But one of the things I've realized, and I've something I've realized for a long time, but I've really got it recently, is that the only thing we can do is raise the vibration, right? I mean, there's so much anger and fear and hatred. Like I'm saying, like there's so much. And it's not even like, there's plenty of bigots out there, but it doesn't even have to be someone who's bigot. It can be, people on both sides being like, all like just stressed out by it. Like I was when I was listening to the news, right? Like just in that, what that does is that it lowers your vibration. Basically, it makes you, there's horrible, awful, scary stuff in the news. And when you listen to it and you read about it, you become scared and angry and frustrated. And that literally just puts more fear, anger, and frustration into the world. You're putting more in there. You are not helping. You're not helping if you're getting upset and if you're freaking out about things. It does not help. It in fact makes it worse. It isn't just useless. It is actually actively making the world a worse place. It's making us a more fearful place. It's making the world a more frustrated place. It's making the world an angrier place. If you are doing that, that's what you're doing. That's what you're contributing to. So, and I'm not saying in and of itself any emotion is bad. Because they're not, they're just emotions. The issue comes when you judge them and you act from them, right? People are acting out of a place of anger and fear and scarcity and frustration and hatred. That's how people are acting right now. And the more that we feel that way, even if we're not acting that way, the more we feel that way, the more we put that into the world, and the more people are going to feel it. Whether or not you believe in vibrations and how energy moves, because the fact of the matter is, emotion is energy. Like, if you want to believe it's something else, go ahead and believe it's something else, but it is. You know what I mean? Like, even if you believe it's solely in your brain is creating the vibes, right? Your brain is, they can measure brain waves, right? It is a level of energy. And whether or not you think it's powerful enough to affect things, it is. It is. You go in, even just if you don't even want to believe that, like, my energy could affect someone in passing, like, you worry about things. Like, let's say you're a parent, right? And you stay up all night worrying about something. Your kid gets up to go to the bathroom and he sees you. And he knows there's something to worry about. So he goes to school and he starts worrying. Like, more. And then maybe he even gets frustrated at school and he doesn't do well, or he picks a fight with another kid and that kid gets upset, or you're so tense and scared and angry all the time. You go into work and maybe there's not even just an accident, but maybe there's a coworker who disagrees with you, right? And you snap at them because something comes up and it's like, rah! What's going to happen? They get angry. They get fearful. They return in kind. This is the thing about emotions and acting from them. People return in kind. Unless you are kind. And then they return in that way, which is the nice thing to do. The thing that we can do in this world, the thing that we can accomplish, is to make the world a better place. And it doesn't happen on a global scale all at once. What happens is you change, and then the people around you change. That's the only thing we can do. Grassroots level here. I'm realizing this more and more. And one of the things that is something I can talk about later is that I'm realizing is people keep telling me, and it's a weird conspiracy, I'm telling you. People keep, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. It makes me very uncomfortable. But people seem to like me. Not just how you like it. It's just weird. It's weird. And I don't know if I'm making it up or it just seems, and I don't want to say it all loud because it seems like it's I don't know, not bragging, but meh, I'm special. But I'm not. I'm not. But people are acting like I am. And it's weird. And it does make me uncomfortable. But at the same time, it's really nice, right? It's nice to have people say nice things about you. And a lot of people, I feel really, it feels like I shouldn't be saying this, right? It feels very, it feels, I can't come up with a word better than conceited, but tooting my own horn and being mar, 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 right? But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people have been telling me I'm special. It's weird. And not in just in the sense of the effect I have on people around me, people, right? Melanie, exactly. We're happy people like me. People like happy people. But it's just it seems to be a general opinion that I really, the word that was used yesterday was infectious, which is in a good way though. I have an energy, then that's nice, right? I have an energy that other people like, and other people feel comfortable around, and other people feel influenced by. And I think that's the important thing. People feel influenced by it. Hi, puppy. So what I'm realizing is when I use that for good, I can literally change the moods of the people around me, right? I raise the vibrations of the people around me, and it's really nice. So if we can go out into the world, and it's just, everybody can do it. Go into CVS, and you're waiting in line, and you're smiling to the people around you, and you go up to the person, and maybe they've had a bad day, because honestly, I worked at CVS when I was a kid, and the insurance would cause a problem, and the person in line would get angry at you, you have some sort of effect on how their insurance goes. So I could see being upset. So you go in and you smile and you say, how you doing? And you learn their name, and then the next time you see them, you call them by the name, oh, blah, 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 right? That's spreading happiness. People like that. People, their vibrations are raised. You can make someone's day by just saying, hi, how you doing? I don't know. So what I guess I'm saying is, the more I'm realizing that we can't affect the people around us, the more I'm realizing that we have a responsibility to keep our vibration up, to be happy, not to get bogged down and just taken down by the world around us. It's so easy when someone comes at us with anger to react in anger, but when we realize that anger isn't us, it's just an emotion we're feeling, we can detach from it and watch it. And it can be hard, especially at first, and it's really hard even not at first. I still find it very difficult. You can feel, but if you start noticing, if you start noticing your body tense up, you take a deep breath, you relax and you release. And when someone comes at you with anger and you don't respond with anger, it shocks them. Like they're like, oh, you know what I mean? And that could maybe jog them out of that mindset. Maybe, you know, if you respond in a rational, compassionate way, they feel heard, so they don't have to yell, you know? So you can then, once you've listened to them and shown that you understand what they're saying, you can then give your opinion. And if they react in a bad way, take a deep breath. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is spread the joy and the peace that you can. So if you feel like, this has been a really long way to say, if you feel like you can't do anything, you look around you at the world and everything that's going on and all the stuff. I mean, it's scary stuff, right? I mean, it's really scary stuff, and it's been scary for a long time. You know, I mean, the climate thing, I don't know why that's not, I don't know why everybody's not on that train. But, and now with the whole thing in Russia, like, it's scary, scary stuff. And you feel like you can't do anything about it because it's over there. Or, you know, the people in charge, maybe you didn't vote for them. Maybe you did vote for them and you're not happy with the job that they're doing. You know what I mean? And you can write your legislators. Please do call them, actually, because it does actually affect what they say. If they get 10 calls, so you can do something about it. And you have a responsibility to do something about it. If you are awake enough to realize that you can do something about it and that you have the responsibility to do something about it, you have the responsibility to do something about it. You know what I mean? Like, not just, oh, isn't it a sad thing that I can't do anything about? Like, just all I can do is freak out. No, don't freak out. It's easy to freak out. Turn the TV off, or, you know, it's funny, I'm so old. Turn the TV off. You know, turn YouTube off, or whatever it is you're watching on the computer. I still think of like the dial, right? Turn the TV off. And I'm not going to go down that. I do go down tangents. Okay. Point being, you can do something. What you can do is be kind and spread happiness and joy and peace. That's your job. Whether or not you feel like it. Whether or not you feel happy and joyful in the moment, it is your job to spread that, because otherwise you're going to be spreading the crap that you're feeling. Man, this is a long one. And one of the things that I'm realizing that is making me pretty happy is that my natural state, and I know there are a lot of people out there like this, my natural state is like just being me seems to be a happy thing, and people seem to respond well to it. And the more that I preach this gospel, right, the more people are responding to it, you know, and it's like, yes, let's all be happy and peaceful and not get angry and freak out, you know, because it's not about not doing anything about it. Number one, you stay positive, you know what I mean? You keep, and it's not about beating yourself up if you get angry. It's just noticing it. That's fine. But don't get obsessed with the news. Don't do that to yourself and to the world. You know, keep informed, but focus on the things that make you happy. And make you feel happy, because we're not our emotions. When you're feeling the higher vibrations, you can then act from a place that will benefit the world, instead of acting from a place that's like a knee-jerk reaction, that's from a place where you feel sick and angry, and you feel frustration and hatred and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, don't act from that place. Act from a place that you would want other people to act from, that you want the politicians to act from. Granted, they might not. They probably won't. Let's just be honest. They probably won't. And it just baffles me. But you can do something about it. And that thing is be happy and spread happiness. Be peaceful, be kind. Spread kindness and compassion. That's what you can do. And then when more people are like that, maybe something will change, right? Maybe, or you can do something from that place that is actually effective. Instead of just pissing more people off. Anyway, okay, that's my thought. That's like 80 minutes of me talking about this to get to that one little thought. Eventually I'll be cutting these up and it'll be much more succinct. Anyway, that's my thought for right now. I'll be back at 11 o'clock for Untethered Fridays. In the meantime, I am really grateful for the realizations, hang on, and the inspiration and yeah, the knowledge and the truth that I'm being given right now. I'm grateful for everything that led up to it, even the things that made me sad and angry and frustrated. Even those things, I'm grateful for them because they've led me here, which is into a better place where I can help more people and I can help the world rather than just get upset. So I'm really grateful for that. So even if you guys are upset, which a lot of you are, right? Whether it's about the news or something going on in your life, because same thing. Don't get angry and upset about that shit either. I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair. You feel whatever you feel. Feel whatever you feel. Just don't act from that place and do something to change your focus. And just want to change your focus. Want to feel the higher vibrations. Want that, because that's how it starts, right? Remember that you don't want to be feeling crap. You want to be feeling great. And then you work towards that, because you're not going to be able to do it right away, right? It takes work sometimes. It's a lot of conditioning. We've got a lot of conditioning to break through. But start there and realize that that's your responsibility. So I'm going to say, even if you're feeling shitty, you have a lot to be grateful for. And if you look for it, you'll find it. And, you can just be grateful for the impact you will have on the world now that you're a bit more aware. And yeah, so I'm going to say to you guys, as I tend to do at the end of these things, that I want you, not that you have to do what I want, my wish for you is that you always remember that you can always choose to have a grateful day.